fam, Eliza here, and I'm joined by Daniel Labov Dunne, and who's going to be bringing some magical programming to the festival this year. I would love to just kind of kick this off with what has SoulPlay meant to you, or what has your past experience been like when you've attended?
Totally. I mean, honestly, I feel like SoulPlay, I've always related to SoulPlay as like the perfect festival for me in a lot of ways because I love the intersection of like growth and also having fun, where it's not like just fun but it's not like really intensive, like you're gonna die growing, like it's a really nice mix of like a really nourishing time that's inspiring and expansive. And I think there was also just like such a unique feel because it's being specifically a sober festival, which I think is a little bit rarer. I just felt the culture of soul play is so peaceful. Like there's such a feeling of like peace and clarity and love that was just so easy to sink into. Yeah.
Mm.
Mhm.
Yum. Yeah, you're like reminding me of all the sensations that I get when I think about this festival and the community at large and what kind of what it has done for my nervous system compared
Mhm.
to other experiences at times.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I remember like planning out last year our time, and I was like, okay, I gotta need like decompression time afterwards because we're probably gonna be exhausted. But I remember like the day after, we're like, we feel rejuvenated and like ready for the next thing. We didn't blast ourselves out. Like it was a very full experience, but it was one that felt really integratable. And that I'm not sure that I've had that experience much, if ever, at a 4-day festival. So that was really special.
Oh, amazing. I love that. Well,
Mhm.
you're going to be kind of supporting us with kicking off the festival, which is it's a really sweet spot to be in. And we talked about kind of this energetic exchange and what we want for participants. So would you mind sharing a little bit about your improv work and what you do in the world and what you plan to bring for our attendees so they can get excited
Totally.
about it?
I mean, I was just so delighted when you asked me to kick off the festival because I'm like, yes, you're placing me at exactly the spot I like to be at. Um, because I'm just like my work, the art of authentic play, is all about like first noticing, okay, how do I normally act? What's my normal, like I'm Daniel, I talk like this, I move like this. And then like pulling out of that and being like, wait, this is all just a choice. In any moment, I can be a new person, and this is the beauty of improv. And particularly, I call it authentic play because it's different from acting where maybe you're like putting on a mask. It's not about putting on a mask of a different self. It's actually like going deep within and finding those different sides of self that want to actually express. And so a festival is such a great context to try on a new way of being. People are going to generally be more friendly and supportive and just wanting to have a good time at a festival. So it's such a great time to invite people into, okay, if I'm like more in my heart, if I'm feeling more open, if I'm feeling more free, who do I want to be? How do I want to show up for these few days? And so my work is all really encouraging of that. And people get intimidated sometimes by the word improv because they're like, oh my God, is Daniel going to like throw us up on stage in front of everyone? And I'm
Hmm.
like, no, that is what the other improv classes are for. My class is really, it's improv as a transformational growth modality. Our life is improv. I'm making this up right now in this interview. This is improv. Your reactions to me are improv. It's so helping people see like using improv to see how much choice and agency we have to experience life in beautiful new ways. Yeah.
I love that. I think that in general, when we're looking at festivals, especially ones that are kind of like a micro festival like Soul Play, that it's small, right? And so there is this sense of intimacy that people do get really nervous about, like how they show up and are they going to be accepted? And like how do I fit into this culture that already pre-exists? What would you say to someone that is feeling really nervous or that is considering coming to your workshop and is feeling apprehensive?
I always tell people the hardest part of my workshop is getting to the workshop, because people's ideas about what this work is are often a lot scarier than what actually happens. I really focus on dropping people in slowly and making it approachable and making everything optional. And also like I don't know if you've ever been on like a road trip with a few friends and you guys like catch a flow and you're just like bantering and having a really nice time and like this energy is created between you all. Like that's the kind of energy that I'm seeking to cultivate. This really just kind of relaxed, easeful playfulness, which is very different from like a performative playfulness because my focus is on helping put people at ease. Because the more at ease you are, the easier that's going to be. So I'm not focused on like, you got to be clever, you got to be interesting, you got to be good at improv. Like, no, throw all that out. It's all about like, how can I just like let go of my normal persona just a little bit at whatever level I want and just start to open to the play of life more. People, there's such a, it's infectious when you start feeling people actually doing that where it's not a show and they're like actually having a good time. You're like, oh yeah, like I'm totally on the vibe, like I want to do it. It's very if it's real, it's just very easy to sink into. So that's what I would offer to someone who's a little nervous. Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, I love what you're saying about this. Like, well, this is who I am out in the world, and this is who I am when I am like me, Eliza, when I go into a workspace or when I'm doing something in my normal day-to-day life. Now, who do I want to be for this weekend, or what part of myself do I want to set free, it sounds like.
Totally.
Mm.
Totally. And then also taking that, you can take that back into your life too. Now, I'm not saying you're going to be like super crazy on the street. Maybe you feel called to do that. But like I just feel like one of the things I've learned from my mentor is like every moment is an opportunity to put more love into. And as a community of like healers and space holders, I think a lot of us are familiar with like holding loving space and being non-judgmental and just showing up really neutral and caring. But you hear less about the healing power of play. And so play is just this really unique, there's a skill in bringing play in a real way. And if you can bring that into the world, it adds a lot to your relationships, to any partnerships you may be in, just like moments with people who are cashiering your groceries. Like there's opportunities to spread love via play.
Mm.
And so I help people just kind of like think of and open to like, oh, I've been painting with the same colors kind of habitually. What if I splash just a little bit of another color into how I interact with people? You know?
Yeah, wow. Yeah, my heart is really like, oh, this is so right for us. And what an amazing way to kick off Soul Play
Yo.
as one of our opening workshops on Thursday. So excited to have
Just like honestly, I met Romy at a party the year he created it. And I remember seeing it and being like, this seems like the perfect festival for me to do something at. And I've always just held that like soul play. You could call my work soul play. Honestly,
What would you say to someone who maybe is watching this that is interested in coming to Soul Play, but it's their first time and they're on the fence in general about the festival?
I would say expect to have a good time if you come. I really, you would have to try really hard to not find something that you would love about this festival. It's like, do you like humans and like connecting with people who want to have a good time in life that have, and people who come, gosh, we made so many interesting, like deep, beautiful friends last time. For someone who is like more introverted and being around a crowd for a while might be hard, I just want to offer that there's there's space for you to be in yourself and you can titrate how engaged you want to be in the festival. You don't have to go to every single thing that happens. There's a lot of room and there's going to be a lot of different varied experiences to meet you where you're at. So yeah, you don't have to be worried about like constantly needing to be like on socially. You can take care of yourself and have a more relaxed experience if that would be better for your nervous system. Yeah.
Mm. So good. So
Mhm.
true as well. Thank you for naming that.
Say for
Are really thoughtfully curating the space at our new venue and wanting to make sure that everyone is feeling taken care of, that they can take space
Mhm.
as needed, or they can be
Mhm.
as in the middle of the cuddle puddle as they want, you know?
Yes. Last year, my partner Ari and I were like, we want to go hang out at the Soul Support tent. Like, we don't actually need help. We just want to like vibe the soul smart people. And we just sat down there. Our friend Jessie was working there. We actually met her. It was such a sweet encounter. And we just sat there and like colored and then other people came in who like actually needed support. And it was just like a really, really regulating vibe. It was so great to have that little pocket of peacefulness. Yeah.
Amazing. It's crazy. I did the same thing with my friends too. Daniel, thank you so much for taking the time. And it's really wonderful connecting with you. And I can't wait to see what you do for our attendees this year and how we get to co-create with you in the future.
Heck yeah. Thank you for having me. And for anybody watching this who's interested in this work, you can always check out my website. It's improvhealing.com. I run events in Marin in the East Bay and really excited to collaborate with you guys. Thank you so much.
Daniel, thank you.